This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
We are here today with Mr. Melquist at Jamestown High School, back in my alma mater, and we are here to talk with him today about NextGen Jamestown. So, Mr. Melquist, I have a few questions lined up. Firstly, I'm curious, how many years have you worked here at the high school? What do you teach here at the high school? And how long have you been a part of NextGen Jamestown, and what do you do with NextGen Jamestown?
Okay, well first, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you coming to me here at the school, and we get to have this interview today, talk about the great things that we're doing. So myself, this is actually my 5th year at Jamestown High School as a graduate alum of class of 1994. It was good to come back and teach. I teach business, and my current course load is we teach career and personal finance, business law, and then what led us to this interview today is my Jamestown Community College leadership engagement class. And prior to coming to Jamestown High School, I taught at Jamestown Business College for a while, and I have a real passion for developing students through these business courses that are going to be here and want to be involved in the community, starting businesses, being employees. And this program, NextGen Jamestown, as you mentioned, has allowed me to do that tenfold. So there's a lot of great things going on since we've begun this, and I'm excited to talk about it today.
Sounds like NextGen Jamestown's been doing pretty well and been racking out pretty good. How would you describe the overall success and the growth of the NextGen Jamestown program? I
think the early returns have been fantastic. So I started this course with JCC and with the administrators here at the high school 3 years ago. So we're in our 3rd year. We did little things last year with the city and got involved in some events like Memorial Day Parade, met with the mayor on a few things. And then over the summer, Pat and I had a conversation about expanding it out, and Mayor Eklund was excited about it, which led to the NextGen Jamestown program. And so this year it's been full go and has grown all year. And some of the great things have been, students all year get to meet with city leaders, and we're taking the classroom outside of these walls. You can only do so much in here, and so leaving and making the city our lab, almost like a science lab. We get to take it out on the road and use the city as an opportunity for the kids to use what we're talking about in class and make it real. Just a one-day field trip doesn't always do enough. And so our ability to continue to go back and connect and learn has led to more enriching experiences for the kids. And I've seen the progression throughout this year, and hopefully long-term, in their ownership of the city and their own kind of interest in making it a better place.
Where do you go most frequently and most commonly, and what are some highlights of places you visit and businesses you work with? So
throughout this year, I've had 3 groups of leadership students, but from the very beginning, we had some interviews with our county executive, with Mayor Eklund, and Assemblyman Molitor. So County Executive PJ Wendell came in, told us about his leadership principles, what he sees for our county, the things that they're doing. So our kids got a chance to hear exactly what is happening, and those have been really successful, just hearing directly from our city leaders. We've been with the Chief of Police. Chief Forster brought us in, talked to the kids about what they do and the pathways where the kids can get involved, whether it's into the police force or law enforcement in general. But I think more importantly that day when we were there, he let them know this is an open door. We are a community, and he wants the kids to feel that and be connected to it. So if they ever had questions, they can stop by and ask. And we've really created this connection from JHS to our city officials, that the kids don't feel like those are just buildings over there. There's people there that they now know, and it's opening up their eyes to some things that they never really thought about. But I think for my students, they're going to be the future customers, employees, business partners, city officials. So meeting those business leaders and making those connections adds a lot of value. So they may see it as simply going in and asking for email and phone numbers, but what they're getting is much more than that because of that experience of just being able to talk to somebody. So like I said, is it being our lab, leaving the school and getting out there and into the community, there's so much more depth to our lessons because of that.
Yeah, because like I look at City Hall, I'm like, that's a really cool building, but there's rooms inside it.
Yeah, what's in there?
Yeah.
And so 2 weeks ago, we met with the Department of Development, and we met with Crystal and Casey at the Department of Development, and they were able to show the kids like what's happening, what's going on. They asked about the Riverwalk. I believe they said 7 miles, the Riverwalk, but they've tried to develop, and it's a place where they want our residents to go and enjoy. And they asked how many students had been there or knew about it. And it's right here. I mean, it's right outside our doors.
Yeah, you can see it.
Nobody raised their hand. And I thought that was disappointing. But then I reflected on the fact, okay, now you do. And the reason they do is because they allowed us to come in and talk to them. And they showed the kids kind of some ideas and what's happening. But most importantly, which I really took a lot from, was they asked questions about the students. It's enough, our kids have enough of talking at them. What I'm getting from this program is all the city leaders are talking with them and encouraging them. They had some questions. They even, Crystal, the Department of Development, even said, those are really good questions. He goes, let me think about that. So anytime the kids feel like they've challenged somebody like that with a question, I think has a lot of depth. And then the other thing was the comptroller. When we met with Erica at the comptroller's office, and she was telling us about her job, and she gave the kids the numbers, and they got to see, what she looks at every day in the city and the complexity of her job. It opened up some eyes. So we had one student said, yeah, I couldn't do that. There's way too much math for me to deal with. I said, of course you could. Our current assignment is a growth mindset, and they know that they're not allowed to say I can't. It's I can't yet. And so hearing from somebody and their kind of how they ended up in that job was good for them to hear, because now they know, who knows where this initial experience takes me, but long-term where my career goes, and those connections with people in those offices have added value. And the other one was I had some people that want to go into finance, and so to see it actually, what it looks like to do it every day at the city level meant a lot to them as far as opening their eyes to opportunities.
That's really awesome. I know there's a quote that says the 2 most destructive words in the English language are "I can't," because if you believe them, then they are true. And so what you're trying to do with NextGen Jamestown is remove those words from the students, from the vocabulary of students, and to show them that, hey, you can.
Absolutely.
Not just say it. I love that. That's beautiful. That's awesome, and that's the bell. And so I thank you so much for joining us today. And
thank you.
Look forward to
Appreciate
talking
you coming in.
sometime soon.
I'd love to talk again.
Looking for something special, something you won't find anywhere else? God's Gift Boutique is downtown Jamestown's destination for ready-to-go gifts, gorgeous home and garden decor, and all those perfect little finds you didn't know you needed. Just steps away from all your favorite spots, make Dots on 3rd Street your next stop downtown. Dots Gift Boutique. You'll find just what you're looking for.
Life moves fast, but the moments that matter slow us down. School runs, weekend games, road trips you'll never forget. It's all about getting there safely, comfortably, and together. At Schultz Chevy, we're here to help you find a vehicle that fits your family with space, reliability, and peace of mind you can count on. At Schultz Chevy, built on trust, driven by family.
From our lot to your driveway, we reach at Schultz Chevy, where every deal feels like a win.
70 years ago, it started with ink, paper, and a promise to do things right. Today, that same promise powers something bigger. JRSC Digital, where tradition meets speed and ideas turn into impact. From custom apparel and bold signage to targeted direct mail and promo products that get noticed, we don't just make it, we make it matter. Fast turnaround, local service, trusted for 70 years. JRSC Digital. Consider the possibilities.
The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we get together.
And just like that, we are here with the Chief of Jamestown Police Department, Chief Forster. Chief Forster, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We're looking forward to having a chat, and yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So before we start, I have some curiosities on a few questions. How long have you been in the force? How did you get into the force? What drew you to join the police department? And what's it like being chief?
So I've been in Jamestown for 16 years now. Jamestown was always my goal, and I was going through the academy. I have a brother who was in law enforcement, and he kind of showed me what it was to be a police officer and what goes into it. It really interested me. Jamestown is a great place to work. One of the things about law enforcement is you get to do something different every single day. Every single call is different, no matter if it's the same type of call, it's always different. And that's always something I wanted, to stay busy and always have something to do. Being the chief of police is a big change. You know, I worked my way up from patrol. In the 16 years, I went from patrol to sergeant, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, and chief. And there's a lot of differences, but there are a few similarities. For me, I like the opportunity to be able to work with the men and women of the police department. It's a great team that we have here to be successful and to serve the community of Jamestown.
That's awesome. So I saw on Facebook last week that the NextGen Jamestown kids from the high school were down here kicking around, and I hope causing not too much trouble. What was that like? What are you doing with the NextGen Jamestown?
It was a great experience. You know, they came over, we did a tour. Myself and the deputy chief spoke with them a little bit in our squad room, just about being in law enforcement in general and being a leader overall, right? I mean, a lot of people can be police officers, a lot of people can do a lot of different things, but not everybody can be a leader. And so we really tried to explain and describe what it takes to be a leader and to lead a group of people, especially in a police department. It was good. We took them on a tour. They got to see all the different parts of the police department. We learned a little bit about what they were doing, and it was a really good experience.
That's awesome. So, with the goal of NextGen Jamestown, what has brought you to realize the importance of developing leadership skills with high school students here in the city?
You know, I think that with leadership, and I try to tell this to the class too, is a lot of people you can be kind of a born leader, you can learn to be a leader, but the idea of being a leader is to make others into leaders to take your spot at some point, right? Like at some point, I'm not going to be the chief of police, and there's always going to be somebody that's coming up. And my main goal, and one of the best things or one of the greatest attributes of a leader, is to provide the next person that takes that spot, or the next generation, with those skills and the ability to be a leader. So getting the students, you know, from the high school at a young age and giving the opportunity to see that at such a young age, I think is extremely important. 2 years ago, I did a leadership training down at JCC, and it was kind of the same thing. We had a presentation on leadership, and I never really thought of it that much before until we went there, and there was a ton of students, and students from all different backgrounds and all different, you know, they all had all different plans in life of what they wanted to do. But it was just, you know, when you really start to think about it, you need to start molding when they're young and giving them the opportunity and giving them ideas of what they need to do to be successful and to achieve that leadership of what they're looking for later in life.
100%. Yeah, wow. When you think about it, it makes total sense. That's really cool. Oh, that's really awesome, Chief Forster. So why do you feel it's so important for the JP to build positive relationships with the students here and to encourage them to become involved in the community yesterday?
So I mentioned it to the class. You know, we're always looking for Jamestown residents to take on Jamestown jobs, and especially in the police department. I think it's really important to get people within the department that have a stake in the community and know people and know different opportunities that others from different places wouldn't know.
For sure.
So, you know, as you know, in policing, you see a lot of negative things that police officers have to do and a lot of negative encounters, and unfortunately that you see that quite often. So it's great for us to communicate and to reach kids on a positive note, you know, and say, hey, like, this isn't what we always do. We're here, we're part of the community, we're trying to help, and this is what you can do to help us and help your community. So for me, it's trying to get people, trying to get kids an early start on finding what's out there, what's available, and then, you know, keeping them in the area to help their community. Because I think that, to me, being from that area and, you know, being a part of your community is the best thing that they can do when they grow up.
So to round off our time here today with Chief Forster, what do you think the city's going to be like when we have young adults who choose Jamestown end up leading Jamestown?
I mean, I think it's, like I've said, it's great for the city, it's great for the community. You know, NextGen gives a lot of opportunity for kids that otherwise might not see the things that Jamestown has to offer, right? So if we have Jamestown residents, we have kids that grow up and they know, you know, the different jobs or different things they can do within Jamestown and the community, it's only going to make the community stronger to keep them around and to keep them involved in the community that they grew up in.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was a great little visit to the police department on good terms.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate
Don't have
it.
anything going on today, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
At Phone Zone, we've got you covered from head to toe, literally. From the latest sneakers to the hottest phones, we carry the county's largest cell phone inventory and the freshest styles, all at prices that can't be beaten. We're friendly, we know our stuff, and we're here to make your experience as easy as possible. Locally owned and operated since 2011, we're not just a store, we're your neighbors. Phone Zone, your one-stop shop for all things mobile.
To enlist into the National Guard, you first have to contact a recruiter. So either calling up your local office or going online and finding who your nearest recruiter is. So you talk to the recruiter. Once you speak to them and you schedule an appointment, you come in. Don't be afraid to come into our office. Coming in does not make you have to join. It's just answering any questions that you might have and seeing how we can help you get there.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
Mr. Edwards, I loved your presentation this morning. It was excellent, very intriguing, and I got a couple questions lined up for you. Just to start off, what was your impression overall, speaking with the class?
You know, it's always a great experience to interact with the youth because they bring such fresh perspective and fresh eyes to problems. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot. Hopefully they did. Certainly there's things I learned today that I can apply when I get back to my office, because it's that kind of perspective that really helps in development. Because no matter what you're trying to develop, whether it's your business or your community, it's very easy to get stuck in one myopic viewpoint or two. Coming to a place like this, it really stresses you and challenges you to think differently. I'll walk away today with new ideas.
That's awesome. So, as the executive director of the Gebbie Foundation, how important do you feel it is to help the young people understand the opportunities that exist right here in their own backyard?
I think it's probably one of the most important and least achievable, because just no matter whether you're a school student or a fisherman, you always think it's going to be better around the bend, that next opportunity over the hill. My goal today was to help them understand that if they just step back for a moment, pick their heads up and look around, they'll realize that there's a lot of great things in their community that they can use their own individual skills to help improve, develop a career, or if they elect, and that's sometimes very valuable, to kind of go out and experience the world a little bit, to circle back, bring what they understand exists now, and some of the opportunities, and bring some new resources, some new perspectives, some new skills back to the region after they've had college or their first job, or they want to raise a family in an area that they know is safe and comfortable and has potential. I think that's absolutely essential. If we don't have that, we don't have anything, because you have to take full advantage of the people and the resources and the opportunities that are naturally here, and then grow that by bringing more resources in.
100%. I understand exactly what you mean. In your opinion, why are today's students such an important part of the future growth and success here in Jamestown?
I think with, like many things in life, this technology, it's not even a curve, cliff, and some people would say, but this technology change that we're experiencing, it's much easier for someone whose natural language is digital or versions of digital than it is for folks that are that it's not their native language, it's their second language. I think that's what makes, in particular, the students who know nothing different. I mean, their whole lives have been digitally driven. To find ways to take advantage of that in a good way, to grow opportunities based on that natural capacity that they have. I think if we miss out on that, particularly early on in this acceleration, we'll miss out on a lot. So I think engaging them in what they bring to the table, I think that's something that I probably didn't stress enough when I talked to the students today. They already have a skill set. The most already successful business people don't have and want. So their capacity to enter into a business, into a vocation, into a project, and be able to immediately demonstrate that they have something of value, in my opinion, is unmatched in at least my history, and I think beyond that. Because at that age, to already be at the front of the class, literally in an opportunity scenario, gives them great resources, great leverage to be recognized for that. Because so many times when you're young, I pat you on the head. When you know something, when you can really add something to what we're trying to do here, give me a call. Whereas I think what's smart people are realizing, youth already possess something that they're trying to develop. And even if they develop it, their youthful perspective, what they're seeing coming at them and involved with, in many cases too much on a daily basis, gives them a resource that's valuable, and they could go right from the situation we're in right now, individually and with their friends that are engaging in technology, to a position where while they're continuing to grow, learn, use what they already know and the skills they have in a profitable way as an employed person, in an introduction to a broader world of opportunity because they're stepping in and helping out in some specific way. So I think it's hard to understate the need for us to find ways to do a direct engagement there and take full advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. We could talk about the Gebbie, but I have an interesting question. It's a total sidetrack.
Yeah.
What are we wearing for a watch today?
It's a really cool watch. It's a Victa. It's a great design. I have had my second one. and it's the right size for me, and it has a little bit of style, but the price point is awesome.
Awesome.
So I really really like it, and it's durable, and because the price point is so good, I don't have to worry about the fact that I'm wearing it every day. So that's what it is.
Awesome. I'll get some B-roll of that afterwards. I like those fun questions and fun watches. What is one of the most memorable projects for you that the Gebbie Foundation has worked on?
I think probably the most memorable received national recognition, and that is partnering with virtually every valuable resource we have here in the city and the county, even to the state and national level, to create the National Comedy Center. It had been a vision of Lucille Ball's ever since she received her amazing fame because of her innate capacity as a comedian and a director, because she's the one that helped Star Wars become possible, or Star Trek, and other important shows. And she didn't want it to be all about her as a comedian. She wanted her hometown to celebrate the art of comedy. The work that took was immense from many, many people. I was just a small player, and Gebbie was a small player in that. But we played a substantial role, not only the money, but then helping promote the activity that resulted in a $50 million world-class exhibit right here downtown. So that's probably one that we can be very proud of.
That's awesome. And to close off today, what is the message that you would like to leave with the students from Mr. Melquist's class today about being themselves and believing in themselves, and about ultimately making a positive impact in Chautauqua County or wherever they choose to?
I didn't, and virtually very few high school students realize this. They're tremendously fortunate to being here, particularly having Mr. Melquist leading them in the expansion of their minds, the expansion of their ideas, the expansion of beyond themselves, what's possible in their world. Everyone possesses a special skill set. I am absolutely convinced that every person ever born, ever will be born, is blessed with the capacity to be helpful and have a positive impact on the people around them. They find a way of what their special skill is, no matter what their physical skills or mental skills or capacities are. Each and every one of them, each and every one of us, possess a skill that is beneficial to others. If they find something that skill is rewarding to them, they share that with people around them, they'll have success beyond their desires. As earlier they discover that, the more they're going to benefit from that, the more they're going to enjoy the life for themselves and those around them. So that would be the thought. They're all tremendously valuable and important, and just finding a way to combine that with others is going to be rewarding.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, Mr. Edwards, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
In Lakewood, life moves with the rhythm of the lake. Morning coffee with friends, afternoons on the tennis courts, evenings filled with music and laughter. From pickleball rallies to family sailing, from local shops to the farmer's market, Lakewood is where moments turn into memories. This is community. This is connection. This is Lakewood, New York, where good times live.
Looking for a place where business thrives, nature surrounds you, and life doesn't come with a big city price tag? Welcome to Chautauqua County, where opportunity meets affordability. Build your career, grow your family, and enjoy the outdoors, all in one incredible place. Chautauqua County is open for business, for fun, for life. To learn more about the boundless opportunities Chautauqua has to offer, visit livechq.org.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.